Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But if you haven't subbed up, you like coming to the channel for the videos, the vibes, whatever the case is, I appreciate you as well. I hope you having a smooth 7 too. But I ain't gonna hold you. Might be a trigger warning or 2 in this one. I already know what type of time we on today, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Light.
Oh my God.
You're gonna be okay.
Shit, man, that was man-made for sure.
I think the craziest and the saddest part about the fires in Los Angeles is the timing of everything. A lot of people are saying they lost their insurance not too long before the fires. Just take a look at what James Woods says. He says in his neighborhood, about 4 months before the fire, one major insurance company canceled all the policies in his neighborhood. Just take a look at this picture of Pacific Palisades. Average cost of a home there is $3.4 million. Now, how about the timing of the cut of the fire department's budget? They cut more than $17.5 million about 7 months before these fires started from the fire department. And they were saying that they were severely understaffed and they didn't have enough resources to fight these fires. And then the million-dollar question comes around. How the heck did these fires even start? And there are hundreds of conspiracies circulating around social media. But I have a question, and a lot of people have this question too, because I saw a lot of videos saying the same thing. It got so hot that the people who abandoned their cars, it started melting. Like the metal started melting down the street, but the trees around these cars looked fine. How is that even possible?
Let me tell you why we not from Africa. We were never from Africa. They just divided us. And how did they do that? By putting a title on every continent, city, and country. Now, before everything was one. Now, remember, we was already here before they gave Africa a name. They stole the Smithsonian Institute, stole our knowledge, and stole our history, and gave it to us and made us wonder where did we come from or who we are. They've been trying to hide the truth about Africa from us, but we know that we're not African. That's just the name that they gave us. So basically what they saying here, in the 1400s, the Europeans found Africa, and this was the European. I remember the original Europeans was never white. The original European was African Europeans. Then they say Chris Columbus was the first explorer of America. Now remember, we always been here first, aka the black people. And Caucasians didn't come into this planet until 1,000 years ago. And the reason why we call them Caucasians because we got them out the Caucasus Mountains, which is why we call them 6 ether beings. Remember, we was already here and we was all one.
Is that a reach or is it not? Spam up your thoughts.
Satellite picture, the ice we skate, it's getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours?
Let me collect one more dot here. Connect. Very important dot, Billy, for you. All right, and people you know. The information they're going to give me as they come forward, because they've gone to ground now, they're only communicating with me. I'm going to hand off to every celebrity and every media outlet and every influencer I know. And I need you guys to do the same thing. And it'll be open source. It'll be on a site that is blockchain protected, that's now stood up. And it's got to be seen by several billion people within a few days. So that means it's got to go wide. We're not talking about ufology and a handful of UFO nuts knowing about this. And the reason for it is that this summer he came to my place in Washington. And he says, we don't want to risk our lives and our families' lives. And the main guy has 3 children, 2 of them are still fairly young. And he doesn't want to have his whole family killed for no good reason. In other words, where this gets released and it's a tree that fell in the woods, nobody heard. So I said, let me put together this asymmetric disclosure where, regardless of what the bureaucrats in Washington do, or London, or anywhere else, it's seen by a large number of people. It's like what I've always said, you squeeze the toothpaste so hard out of the tube, it cannot be put back in. But listen, everyone listening, if you're an influencer, if you've got a YouTube channel, a Facebook, TikTok, X, we're going to have it on a site where you can download it and put it everywhere. So this has got to go viral, and it's got to go hard. Now, I don't have a date. All I'm told is between now and early January, but we're going to need your help. This cannot be scrubbed and erased by the corrupt mainstream media. It's got to go everywhere.
Yeah, it's in everybody's hands.
And
Disclosures in community.
That is the promise I have made, but I can't do it by myself. I mean, I have a certain following, but I don't have, 2 or 3 billion people following.
Well, we're all going to get it out there for sure.
Thank you.
Like, I remember even tapping into bank accounts and everything off my Social Security. And I remember it was 6 accounts in my name. And I didn't I call the Federal Reserve? I called the Federal Reserve Bank. I'm like, why do I got an account with $6 million in it that I've never opened myself? How did you get access to your account? That's when they really started messing with us. That's not the question. Why do I got an account with $6 million? Why do I got a bank account with a Bank of America account with $20 million in it, and I never had a Bank of America account? Who the hell is using the money? Then you start tracking down your Social Security number, putting a 0 in front of it, which makes it a 10-digit bank account number. Then you look at your birth certificate number, which is your routing number. So now you're like, hold on, I got a bank with all this money. And then you start realizing what Social Security is. And then basically you working for free, and then they're paying you little bitty percentages or fractions out of the account that you already had all this money built in, because you're a natural born law-abiding citizen of the Creator and not of man. So it's different types of tiers you operate on. You can operate as an indigenous in the private, as your natural born body self, or you can operate as a corporation, which is the name your mother and father gave you right before they sold you over and got a Social Security number, and then sold your soul by taking the sole of your feet, putting it under some stamps, and then putting it on top of the birth certificate and selling you over to the corporation that we call the United States of America, which is not a country, it's a business, it's a corporation and an agency.
I would have ran so damn fast up out of there, bro.
There's no other way to get ready. There's no other way to prepare. There's no protocol for what's about to happen. The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires. Deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers.
Somebody decided to put money under a microscope and they found something quite peculiar. There's a large number of unidentified specimens that's on our dollar. And you know how they say money is the root of all evil? It's probably because E.T. and his little cousins is all through the money. All across the world, even inside of the euro. Why is there unidentified objects popping up once you use the microscope? Once again, an alien man and another alien man on the euro money. Makes me really question, does all the currency have mysterious little ET creatures on the money? What's going on? Now I think it's about time that I invest in me a goddamn microscope, because obviously it's more than meets the eye. Because having the Men in Black opposition on our money, I find that quite crazy. But y'all let me know your thoughts on what y'all think about extraterrestrials popping up on our money under the microscope in the comments. Like, follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. And if you want to find out how to get more of them little alien creatures inside of your pockets by turning your passion into revenue with content creation, comment down below ATM and I'm going to send a method to you, or hit the link in the bio.
Shout out to Wisdom, bro. It's happening in the US too, trust me. Damn. Shit turned their ass out.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they found 2.34 billion tons of neodymium in Wyoming? You know, a magnetic mineral which is pretty vital to computer technologies. Wouldn't it be crazy if Chariot Mining just found the first hard lithium deposits in Wyoming in the last month or so? Wouldn't it be crazy that while all of these hurricanes are going on, there is a massive wildfire engulfing the mountains of Wyoming right now, which has burned over 78,000 acres? Wouldn't it be crazy if the media appears to be just ignoring the fact that there's this massive fire in Wyoming? Wouldn't it be crazy if Chariot's stock price has gone up nearly 40% in the last month? Wouldn't it be crazy if these massive fires are only 45 minutes away from Black Mountain, the main project of Chariot Mining Company? That would be crazy. Yeah.
This is in Arizona?
This is in Arizona.
And this really rich guy, he's a, what is it?
He's a Rothschild.
A Rothschild. He bought this town of Felicity and named it after his wife, Felicity.
Wait, is this real?
Who we think we ran into.
Can we make sure that this is real?
We visited it.
Go for tours of this place.
Oh, we did a tour.
We did a tour.
Horrifying.
Why?
They tried to get us in the center of the pyramid, in the center of the thing, put our foot in the middle, save this thing and make a wish and then sign a contract. And I was like, and we were like, I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, it's the only part of the tour you have to do.
And they go
to do the tour. And that's when we said, we don't want to do the tour anymore. We're going to leave. And she was pissed.
And then they said, she goes, this right here is the center of the world.
This is in Arizona?
This is in Arizona.
And this really rich guy, he's a, what is it?
He's a Rothschild.
A Rothschild. He bought this town of Felicity and named it after his wife, Felicity.
Wait, is this real?
Who we think we ran into.
This shit crazy, fool. I'm guessing, literally, when it rains, it pours. As if the fires wasn't bad enough in California, a lot of people woke up to a 3.7 magnitude earthquake. But a lot of people around the surrounding area, they said it felt something more like a 4.5 or a 5. Is this just signs to come? Like, what is going on? If I was in the state of California, I promise you, I'm going on a nice little vacation for a couple months. Because at this point, you don't know what to expect.
But as you were waking up this morning, as we start with breaking news, a preliminary 3.7 magnitude earthquake struck San Francisco.
They said it was close
this morning
by the San Andreas Fault.
United States Geological Survey. The quake was centered just about 3 miles northwest of the San Francisco Zoo. So again, it happened just about 30 minutes ago. The USGS saying you see the jolt in red here on this map. Subway service delayed.
They said it was close by the San Andreas Fault. They said so it wasn't there, so people shouldn't be alarmed. What do you mean? Just by being close can trigger another one. Trigonometry.
Shout out to Zay Reacts, bro. He a legend too. But I'm just not hearing about the 3.7. That's what I be saying. Out here in California, now to other places in the world, y'all be like, bro, that's still close. Like out here, we didn't even get a warning of that. I'm just now hearing about it. Like it didn't hit 916 times, if I'm mistaken. It didn't hit that. Like, and nobody I know was talking about an earthquake that hit in San Francisco that shakes Frisco. So like y'all, I'm telling you, now I see the comments sometimes and y'all be like, hey bro, y'all Californians be living on the edge. Like y'all crazy. It's like something like we know can happen. It's just like if y'all got tornadoes in your city, to us we like, bro, ain't no way we living around no tornado. Or if you live on the coast and y'all deal with tsunamis or hurricanes, like we not dealing with that, bro. I refuse to live around that. It's just like that. I think it's just something, you know, we've seen it, heard it all our life to the point where it's normal where we live. Just like somebody who deals with hurricanes, you know, like I said, tornadoes, any natural disaster that, like California, we don't deal with no hurricanes. We don't deal with tornadoes, barely any flooding, but we know that's something that has taken our city out before. But hey, I think that's what I think it comes down to. Y'all spam with y'all thoughts and opinions, but I didn't feel it. Like I didn't even know it happened. So yeah, y'all spam with y'all thoughts and opinions.
I want to know what is up with the Appalachian Mountains and the Appalachian Trail, because I have seen so many TikToks about like these rules that you have to follow if you're in the mountains or the woods in that area. Like this picture behind me is a picture that a hiker took in like 2006, just like of a bunch of weird rock formations that were put together. And like, sure, a person could have done that, but it's still eerie to see that when you're hiking by yourself in the middle of the woods at night. These are some of those rules that you have to follow that the locals hound into your brain. And I've seen so many people who go on TikTok who live in the area who talk about like it's not a game, like it's not like to scare you, like genuinely this is what's going to keep you safe, because there's things in the woods that you don't want to interact with. I need to know stories. Like I want to hear people's stories of like what they've seen or experienced in these woods.
Every book in the libraries, every book in the colleges, every book in the universities, every book on this planet is misinformation. It's misinformation. So, which is initiated by the Draco reptilians as far back as 6,000 years ago.
The reptilians really came into control and started to be able to manipulate what was going on the face of the planet about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. It is true that they have different masking technologies to be able to be in a room and look like a human, but usually they're in underground bases in various places on the globe, as well as in a huge area in Antarctica. The southeast region has a large number of underground caverns that are kept extremely warm, too warm for humans, by geothermal heat. It's a perfect place for all of these colonies that the reptilians have. They're basically cities, huge cities.
Okay, y'all, I don't know what's going on here, but it is red outside
It's red. Look at this. Why is it red outside? Why is it red? What is going on here? Is it the apocalypse? Oh my God. It's like 5:00 p.m. like November the 19th. And it is red outside. That is freaky. It is so freaky. Oh my God. Look. What the heck is happening here? Why is it red? There's no sun. It's overcast. Weird.
Mysterious fires that had happened in LA, literally transforming large parts of the city into looking like a wasteland or a war zone. But why is nobody talking about this? What around town is a large proportion of the fires is man-made, like people are literally lighting the city on fire, like causing the fire to spread on purpose and walking away. Like multiple people have started these fires all over the city. Y'all don't find that strange? All the way down to the big fire in Hollywood. Yeah, they just came out and said they caught the suspect who started the fire. So this means this is not a wildfire, but people are literally setting the city on fire on purpose. Yeah, we definitely going through some strange times. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about LA being set on fire by people in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember, if you want the method on how to blow your social media up and get paid revenue just by posting videos, comment down below. ATM gang. It's some weird shit going on.
Probably is that 1% dressed up like a homeless person.
In 2 weeks, we will be going through the planetary alignment. The planetary alignment represents the chakras in your body. So if you are not doing your healing work, your shadow work, any kind of spirituality, you might be left behind. Just remember, 2025 is the year number 9. Number 9 goes on forever because we go on forever. But the people that control this world, they found a way to trap our energy. You don't want to be trapped because what's coming up next is dangerous. I'm hearing people say that that fire that happened in LA was an accident. If you still believe this, then you're not ready to go nowhere in life. 2024 was number 8, the year of the dragon. 2025, year of the snake. That means everyone that controls this world, they're about to tell you who they really are. And when they tell you, please believe it. We are going through some kind of spiritual revelations. Numbers never lie, so please pay attention. Number 9 is a golden number for all of us. I remember it was a time when people had to do real spiritual work to see what's going on. But even the people that sleep see this shit right now. So that means that everyone is about to have a forced download. If you don't know what a forced download is, it's information that's coming from your higher self or from the universe. The universe is giving you a chance to take back your spiritual power, but if you don't want it, there's other spiritual parasites that can use it.
Shout out to King Jaya, man. That's some game.
Look at the aftermath of Malibu, California, one of the most sought after and expensive piece of real estate in the entire United States. Everything pulverized to the ground, steel melted into the ground. All the blue structures still remain intact. A lot of similarities to the Hawaii fires. The mayor out of the city, no water to the fire hydrants, like crazy stuff. Look at this, missed a few houses here, just completely skipped these houses, and then right after it, pulverization. A lot of celebrities' houses that were involved in the Diddy case, their houses got destroyed, like miraculously, you know? Insurance companies pulling out their insurance policies a few weeks before this happened. Like, there's a lot of things going on here.
This man's walking around and he sees
a part of a liquefied, now solidified, melted metal action from this car. Many people are already going to be thinking that would be a pretty hot fire, which it would be. So there must be a forest right nearby that's burnt. Oh, not really. Now, in this book, where did the towers go? There was a parking lot, and it was, they called the toasted car park, because almost every single car in this parking lot got toasted. And it was near the towers, makes you wonder. But the strange thing is that you'd have images like this, where the outside of the car is toasted, the paint is melted off, but inside plastic and vinyl still is intact. Same thing with this, toasted exterior, but unburnt upholstery, unburnt seatbelt, plastic molding. And it's all about the strangeness of what happened to some of these cars on 9/11. Makes you wonder.
Hey, now, Shane Vibes _truth. It's on to something with that one. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the cars in the parking lot next to the Twin Towers was that happened. The craziest shit is the fact that, like, and this is what I do love about society sometimes. See, there's things I don't like about mankind that we do that I be like, damn, it just irks my nerves. But then there's things like this where it's like, the towers fall, but we looking at other little things around the towers. You get what I mean? We looking deeper than ever, because I wouldn't even have thought to look at cars on the outside of where, because you get what I mean? When I was young, I saw just the towers, and it's like, or building 7, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's dope. He dope that deep, because now I gotta look. But spam up if you was already on that. If you was already on that, spam it up. But that is kind of crazy that that fire was man-made, and who's to say it wasn't like an artificial type of fire? Now that sounds crazy, right? But they got weapons. Again, they got weapons that we wouldn't even think, or some of us have thought of, that they already got. And it's like, who's to say? We saw that video of the fire jumping from building to building, they said, in the Bronx. What if they created a certain type of fire to have a mind of its own to burn up certain things the way it was burning things up? I don't know, that could be a reach, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. But this whole shit is man-made. And when I say they may have sent the 1% to start the fires and dress up like the homeless, what if them ain't really people who live on the streets that are less fortunate? What if they just pretending to be them and starting the fire, and then going back to their little cubicle or their office, or back to they crew of people who believe in this certain type of lifestyle, and the fire gets going. Now the homeless got a bad rap, a bad name, because it looks like it was them. You know what I mean? What if that's the case? I mean, they did it with riots, right? They did it with our protests. So why wouldn't they do it with something like that? I'm just asking questions. Could be a reach, could not be.
See the very powerful download in regards to how the chosen ones will eradicate this system. Most of us are going to be meeting up and destroying this system in the astral realm, all right? And it may sound crazy to those that aren't tapped in, but the reason why they say the revolution will not be televised is because it's going to happen in the astral plane. There already have been multiple gods and goddesses having the same exact dreams of chosen ones actually fighting the military, or actually being in some type of combat, all right, or nefarious beings actually approaching them. All right, and everyone, a lot of people have been having the same exact dream, and it's not a coincidence. What's going to happen is, as we elevate in consciousness and as the frequency of the planet increase, we're going to have the ability of doing this at will. All right, a lot of the chosen ones are going to have the ability of holding meetings in the astral realm. We're going to have the ability of actually collapsing a lot of this nefarious system and this infrastructure right from the astral plane. From now on, when you lay down, all right, when you go to bed at night, I want you to set your intention on meeting up with the collective, meeting up with the gods and goddesses, and destroying this system. All right, this is what you set your attention on. If enough of us do this, all right, when we go down and we go to sleep at night, if enough of us lay down with the intention of going to sleep and actually envisioning meeting and communing with the gods and goddesses to destroy this nefarious infrastructure, I guarantee at that particular point in time, we would desecrate this system from the astral plane. We all have the ability of leaving our body. We leave our body all the time. All right, it's just about knowing that you're in a theta frequency, which is that vibratory state between 4 and 8 hertz, and then getting into the gamma frequency, which is 30 hertz. This is when you astral project and successfully leave your body. And as the frequency of the planet increase, more and more gods and goddesses are going to begin to finally experience astral projection or having these OBEs. All right. And for those of you that are scared of astral projection, remember there is a silver energetic cord that connects to your corporeal body. All right. No one can hijack your body. You can't get stuck in an astral plane. Death isn't real. Energy doesn't die. All right. You have been indoctrinated to fear these things. You have to remember, you astral project, you are traveling all the time. It's nothing to fear. Remove the fear. It keeps you in the root chakra. This is how we will collapse this infrastructure. All right, trust me. All of this will materialize in a third dimensional construct as well. All right, we will develop these abilities like Simeon Toko had when he said many more will return like us. But what we are going to be doing soon is collapsing it in the astral plane as well. All right, and I want to meet up with a lot of the gods and goddesses in the astral realm. It's time for us to balance chaos and order and start to change this system. Now, I have had multiple dreams, all right, where I just pop up in a situation where I'm in these situations where gods and goddesses is fighting military and things of that nature. But now what I want to do, what I want to get to the point of doing is willingly controlling it, willingly meeting up with the gods and goddesses where 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or more of us will meet up in the astral plane, and we would actually start wrecking shit in the astrals, all right? Because what you do in higher dimensional planes has an effect on the third dimension, on this third dimensional construct. All right. So if a bunch of us that are proficient in the art of astral projection can start actually changing things from the higher dimensional planes, and it can make it easier for the gods and goddesses that may not have the ability of astral projecting and things of that nature. We can potentially expedite the process of collapsing this system. You go to sleep tonight and you're laying down to your meditation music. All right. When you're meditating, you should be focusing on powering up. You should be focusing on activation of your cosmic light body. I want you to imagine your whole body being engulfed in purple energy. All right. Purple crown chakra energy is engulfing your whole body. This is what you imagine and while you're closing your eyes. All right. Imagine all this power, powering up all your trillions of cells. All right. It's just filtering out this crown chakra energy is emanating from your body, all right? And I want you to imagine all your cells rapidly receiving this energy and powering up, all right? And you elevating, all right? And as you imagine this, you imagine that all the gods and goddesses are as well, and the collective powering up, all right? And then once you start to do that, you start to imagine anything that you think is a problem is just an illusion, all right? As far as the bills, as far as anything in this matrix is just an illusion.
Y'all agreeing with that, or is that a far ass reach? Let me know. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People say I shouldn't say hate, but I absolutely hate chemtrails. I do. The man-made, how man tries to control. To me, man needs to stop trying to be God. Stop trying to control the weather. Stop trying to control everything, bro, and let it just be how it's supposed to be. Let it be how it's supposed to be. They want too much control, bro, and this shit pissing me off every time I see them chemtrailing. Cause there's nothing I can just do by myself and just stop them. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is just, it hits a nerve, man. It hits a nerve. that's dope as shit, man. That's dope.
The more I look into this California Palisades fire, the more it seems planned, and I want to go over 3 things as to why I think this. Number 1, none of the fire hydrants had water in it.
No water in the hydrants. 17.6 million cut from the fire department. Karen Bass, a recent headline, I think you might have tweeted that out from the...
That's suspicious. Number 2, the insurance companies removed fire damage from the insurance a month before this.
And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So, thank you, California insurance companies.
That's also suspicious, and with those 2 things being said, it leads me into this next assumption, which is smart cities. Look at this before and after video.
Okay, I guess let's park along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just go ahead of us and try to set up a signal.
Right here. This is where it's gotta be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never, look at this.
So with that being said, my main assumption here is that they removed the fire insurance and they also cut off the water in the fire hydrants, all to rebuild a smart city in those areas because of the 2030 agenda that they're preparing for in the next 4 years, which deals with AI, smart cars, and digital currency. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think this is planned? Because I definitely do.
Definitely planned. And think, again, if they plan to make a smart city by 2030, why would they build if the San Andreas Fault can break at any point and put California underwater? Unless we're way ahead of schedule and we're like, well, we gotta worry about San Andreas Fault, and San Andreas Fault ain't coming for a minute, or they're just using it as a fear tactic to keep us scared of some shit. That's the only thing I can think of, because it's like, why would they build a smart city, but then the whole state go underwater if the San Andreas Fault was to give? Don't you think they would build a smart, or they're gonna build a smart city after the San Andreas break? I don't know, man. I'm just saying that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. If we know that that's gonna happen, then why, if it's really gonna happen, why would they still build a smart city in that city? Don't you think they would have built it outside of the city or outside of the parameters of where the ruckus can fall with the fault line? Hey, I don't know. Y'all spam up, let me know. But Immortal's in, I'm on point with him with that one.
This is all the news you're not going to see on TV today, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. Bizarre space debris falls on village, leaving people terrified that it could be the end of the world. Okay. So basically, this massive metal ring just randomly fell out of the sky on a village in Kenya, and it weighed over 1,100 pounds. Just with no warning, it just fell. This is a photo of what the ring looked like, but they're still trying to figure out if this was from a rocket launch or not. Luckily, it did not hit anybody. Scientists are now saying that diamond dust could offset climate change, but it cost $175 trillion. So these scientists are proposing to use diamond dust in the atmosphere to reflect sunlight and reduce global warming by 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. But they're saying that it would be too expensive. So I guess I'll keep you updated. This new map that was released is now showing every single location of an earthquake since 1980. And then this is that photo. Do you see a pattern? This is everybody's friendly reminder that we are now officially in the year that GTA 6 is supposed to come out and make history. I give you these news roundups every day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
Can't wait for that for GTA 6 though. No cap.
Fire just started here randomly. Dude, are you kidding me? Hell no. I mean, all the firefighters are right over there. I don't know what to do. I mean, they see it. Yay, they finally came. Oh. I mean, they're probably getting like something or whatever, I don't know. Alright guys, another one just started over there. So the wind is going this way now. And now there's like 2 more little like things right there growing and stuff. Oh my God. And there's houses right there. There's a house right there. So whoever lives on Corona Del Mar, your house is gonna catch on fire right now. The street is right up there. Now a new section is growing right there. All right, they finally came.
Shit be crazy, man.
This mother burning, nigga. Y'all see this shit? Look at this shit. Crazy work. Crazy work. Off work. Out this mother. Look at this shit.
He from Cali for sure.
Remember that event that took place in 2019, 2020, when we all was on quarantine? What if I told you that was just a test? 2025 is the real deal. Remember a couple years ago, we had some kind of UFO balloon that appeared out of nowhere and they shot it down over top of the ocean? Now we are hearing about UFOs coming out of the ocean. They are not really UFOs. Not at all. They're not UAPs. Not at all. Starting to believe that this will be a new thing for all of us. But when this happens, this quarantine will not be lifted. And I'm not trying to predict anything. But if you pay attention to everything that's taking place right now, you will understand what's about to happen. I just want to tell people this. This UFO event, this is their last trick. After this, they have no more illusions to confuse us. So if you fall for this, then you fall for it. If you don't fall for it, you're going to be in a different reality. 2024 is number 8, infinity or the time loop. 2025, number 9, completion. The matrix is now complete. Some of us will be free and some of us will remain on a lockdown forever or quarantine within your mind. I'm gonna end this video by saying this is all a joke.
Damn, I wanted him to keep going with what he was getting at. Hey, I said that before. Fall for it if you want to. Somebody said like we got options or like I got a choice or an option. And I started trolling. I shouldn't even have went back and forth, but it was just like, yeah, man, like either you fall for it or you don't. Either you fall for it or you don't. And I'm not gonna go back and forth on what I believe with that one anymore. I said it too many times. Now it's getting to that point where it's like, hey, either you fall for it or you don't. Like, hey, we got bigger fish to fry now. It's other little. We moving into a different reality. So certain things that I'm gonna see or others is gonna see is definitely not gonna be the same thing somebody else is gonna see, and that's perfectly fine. But I can't give no more emotion to that, if y'all get what I mean. Like now we growing to a certain level where you gotta focus on other shit. You gotta elevate even higher now, so it's way more to look at than just where you was looking before. And everybody gonna get to that point, but it just everybody move at different speeds. Some people will never get to that point, and that's not a knock on nobody, but that's just the harsh reality. But let me know how y'all feeling. Spam it up.
So California is not the only place that's dealing with a wildfire. Check this out, y'all. This right here is in Baghdad. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but check this scene out. You're not going to want to miss this. I don't know. This rainbow came out of nowhere, and it's a double rainbow too. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. Look at the skies. It looks like an apocalyptic scene. Look at the double rainbow. Where the hell did it come from? What? It looked like it was some type of warehouse that blew up and smoke. You can see all these boxes out there. People trying to move the boxes so they don't catch on fire, you guys. It's a whole conundrum, man. But it looks like an apocalyptic sky. Look at the sky. That shit is moving fast. And there's a lot of wind. So they too are also having trouble fighting the fires. Look at this. What? That's amazing though. With how hot 2025 has started off and cold, are you guys ready for 2026? Because I believe 2026 is going to get here just like 2025 got here, which is extremely fast. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
That's wild. Prayers to anybody out there in Baghdad.
Today I'm going to be breaking down the infrastructure of the collapse of westernized socialism and how it applies to the geopolitical economic reset. So with that being said, it's basically interconnected. It's basically energetically connected, right? And I'm going to make it make sense for you because it basically applies to theological context when you go to Genesis 19:24 that states that the Lord rained fire and sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Now, remember I was telling you, when you look at the chakra points of planet Earth, the root chakra of planet Earth is basically in California, where the great majority of all these fires are basically being amplified by, right? So one thing you got to understand about theological context, when it comes to the Bible is basically a Freemasonic playbook that basically works in tandem with the simulation. How in the hell is the fire going to cross the street, right? That's not possible. So that's how you know all this stuff is being engineered by frequency modification, frequency modulation. When you're talking about these drones is creating frequency warfare to engineer a reset system that's going to be propagated by Donald Trump and Elon Musk, right? That's what the end game is basically all about, because they're basically trying to construct these smart cities that is basically correlated with the sustainable development goals for Agenda for 2030, right? Which is why Dr. Malachi Z. York, Freedom Master Teacher, he said that the end game prophecy is acclimated to the year of 2030.
Now I know some of y'all up in here, I know y'all rock with Trump. I know some of y'all in here, I know y'all rock with Musk, with Elon. And I'm just asking how y'all feel about what he said. I'm not saying I agree, I'm not saying I disagree. I don't know. It can make sense though. I mean, they were together, but just because they were together, that ain't enough evidence to run with and say that that's their agenda. But yeah, how y'all feel? Spam that up, man. I'm curious to hear. Let me know.
How the f does that even happen? Bro.
If you were a human, how would you break out of the Matrix in one paragraph?
If I were a human, breaking out of the Matrix would start with questioning every narrative fed by mainstream systems, media, education, government, and big corporations. I'd reconnect with nature, seek knowledge from alternative, often suppressed sources, and focus on natural holistic health to elevate my physical and mental clarity. I'd build a self-sufficient lifestyle, grow my own food, and form deep, meaningful relationships with like-minded individuals who also seek truth. Most importantly, I'd reject fear-based control and embrace consciousness, love, and freedom as the ultimate keys to liberation. What about you? How would you break out?
Well, only one I'm missing is grow my own food.
Did you know it's possible Canada might cut their power off to the United States?
We will go to the full extent. Depending on how far this goes, we will go to the extent of cutting off their energy. Going down to Michigan, going down to New York State, and over to Wisconsin. This fight is coming 100% on January the 20th. Canadians get hurt, but I can assure you one thing, the Americans are going to feel the pain as well.
Nobody's actually scared of Canada, but China, they manufacture all of our transformers that controls the entire power grid. Now what happens if they see this as an opportunity? Well, this is what the world without power is going to look like.
Imagine what that's like. You walk outside, you turn on your phone, there's no signal. You turn on the faucet, no water. You turn on the fridge, no refrigeration, your food starts to spoil. You walk outside, cars pile up, no streetlights. Within 3 to 5 days, the food is gone from the grocery stores. And the trucks that the city counts on to resupply that food aren't coming. The sewage system starts to overflow and contaminates what remains of the water supply. Societal order starts to break down. The emergency responders have now left their positions like many did during Katrina to protect themselves and their own families.
No power also means no YouTube, no Google, no tutorial or anything on how to actually survive. Which is why at bare minimum, everybody in my family has what it is. How to build your own water filter, how to make your own solar power system, how to build a water heater because it's the winter time, preserving fuel, how to protect your house against intruders, a survival garden. It's got all types of shit. Every single chapter has the material cost, if you get everything now, difficulty level, and how many hours it's probably gonna take to get done. It's got a full step-by-step guide on how to get this thing built and started. This is a resource I think every single family should at least have one copy of. So if you see the orange shop card down here somewhere, they might still be in stock.
Matrix update, and you know, this update I knew was coming because in 2025, and it's always the start of the year, they want to lock us down with their fake ass. They're saying there's some sort of outbreak going on in China. They're saying in America some states need to wear masks. Like, the sad thing about this is there's still going to be goofy ass people that are just part of this simulation that are going to go panic buy and wear their masks and just be in fear and be controlled by their government. It's still going to go on. It's very sad that a lot more people can't wake up to this shit. They want to lock down the whole world once again because, one, they want to roll out their bullshit agendas where they can try and keep people in fear and keep people stuck and controlled in their matrix. Two, they know a lot of people are waking up. They know that the frequency is only rising. The inorganic ones don't like high vibrational frequency. They like low vibrational frequency. That's why they want to lock down the world, put people in fear, do their Project Blue Beams while we're locked down, and all this bullshit to get as many souls as they can so they can stay in control. That's the only reason they do this shit. They're saying there's a bird flu going around. They're saying there's an unknown. I think a lot of people that follow me know that this is bullshit. So just keep your vibration high and it won't affect you. That's all you got to do. If you keep your vibration low, it can affect you. You know, you can be controlled by this shit. So keep your vibration high. Let them play out whatever scripting they are doing right now. It's not going to work, bro. If they already lose in the end. The end game is the inorganic ones lose. So just let them try and keep their system. They're fighting so much to keep their matrix going. It ain't going to work, bro. The vibration, the high vibrational energy that's coming in will break them.
Hey, let's look at it from one perspective real fast. I don't think we really discussed this, but remember when 2020 happened? If that was a test, right? If they was doing a test run, I also feel like that test run backfired on their ass though. Because think about it. When 2020 happened, what did everybody start doing? Going to TikTok, social media. Everybody was on some type of social media, but TikTok really took off. 2019, TikTok was doing this thing. It was. But just think, 2020, that's when everybody was putting, man, even artists was doing certain trends. They was putting their music on social medias. Like, TikTok, that's when it really got its time to just show what it could do. All the other social medias we already know what those social medias about. They already got their shine. They had solidified their status, their rank. TikTok had to prove something. In 2020, they was proving shit. Then think about it. 2020 came, 2021 came. Now we where we at. Some more years passed. Now we where we at. And they like, damn, we got to shut that down. They giving too much information. 2020 backfired. They don't want another lockdown because 2025 is going to be even more of a, man, trust me. Trust me. It's too much information out now for everybody to just sit there and hold that information. Nah, bro. No, because like I said, they shut one down, everybody going to another, or going to more than one. You get what I mean? Or if y'all heard Red Note, I think it's already then jumped in the App Store in the midst of the ban coming. But am I tripping or reaching if I say 2020 backfired on them? It backfired on them. They wanted us to stay separated. They wanted us to be 6 feet apart, right? But people got even closer, but through a fake world, I guess you can say. But people got closer. Information got spread. More information got spread through the app than it did with us being 6 feet closer to each other. By any means, you're not going to stop the universe. The universe is going to get what it needs done in a positive way. That's all I'm going to say, man. But spam up if you agree or if you disagree.
Damn, y'all. Former LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacy, who recently declared for the NFL draft, is now facing legal issues. It's crazy how one little mistake can cost you for the rest of your life. I'm hoping it's a way through this, but I don't know. Right now, Lacy is being wanted for negligent homicide and a felony hit and run. This happened around December 17th. So allegedly, he was involved in a high-speed collision that caused one person their life and 2 people to be severely injured. According to reports, he was passing vehicles at a high speed at a no crossing zone, which prompted vehicles to collide, and he skirted off the scene. He was like, I'm about to swerve in that corner. Whoa. You just hate to see situations like this when they got their whole life ahead of them, and then some dumb shit like this happen. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Make sure you share this. And let's do better, y'all.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Unfortunate.
This will blow your mind. If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, then who took the photo from outside? Why have we never returned to the moon, even though we now have technology thousands of times more advanced? If humans evolved from apes, why are apes still apes and haven't evolved as well? Why did 56 countries sign a treaty to do almost nothing in Antarctica? What is it they don't want us to know? Why can't planes fly over Antarctica? How did NASA manage to lose the footage of the moon landing, one of the most important events in human history? How were the pyramids and other massive structures built? Perfectly symmetrical and incredibly detailed. When people at that time lived in huts and used the most basic tools, how did they manage it without machines or advanced technology? Why are there ancient Egyptian artworks that look like depictions of spaceships? And how do we explain the remains of giant bones that have been discovered? What about the stories of giants in ancient texts, including the Bible? Why does ancient Egyptian art, along with other cultures, depict the shape of a pine cone that just so happens to look very similar to the human pineal gland? Why do so many cultures across the world have legends of dragons, even though they were separated by thousands of years and vast distances? And why are dragons also mentioned in the Bible? Why does the music and entertainment industry contain so many strange, almost demonic symbols? And why are so many video games centered purely on violence? How is it that The Simpsons can predict events with such detail and accuracy? If we're living in the most advanced era in history, why are all at record levels? So many questions,
so many questions, not enough answers.
Strongly recommend everybody at home watch this video.
We are not in 2025. Month comes from the word moon, moonth. The moon has a 28-day moon cycle. 365 divided by 28 is 13. 13 lunar cycles every year, which means our calendar has a missing month, which means we don't know what year we're actually in. This is gonna blow your mind. The sky is a clock. The sun tells the time of the day. The moon tells the day of the month. The stars tell you the month of the year. The sky above our head is intelligent. Everything on earth is matter. Everything above us is spirit. That's why they're floating. They're not rocks you can land on. The Gregorian calendar was made for slaves. Calendar comes from calends, the first day of the month the Romans had to pay off their debt. So what does all of this actually mean, and why did they do it? They made this fake calendar to cut off our connection alignment with our celestial intelligence above and keep our mind, body and spirit out of rhythm with these cycles. We must live in harmony with the cycles above us. You can create abundance in your life with using the moon to your advantage. All of my students know that.
That's why I told everybody, whether you believe in the real calendar, which is the Gregorian, or do you believe in the calendar we was given, either way, that's when I had to explain, because some people was like, it's not New Year's yet, man. New Year's ain't until April. You're right. But some people will still disagree, so I'll be respectful to both. So whatever you believe, I'll respect it. I'm not going to disrespect it just because I might believe in something else. I'm going to respect what you believe. So that's how I rock. Some people be having a problem with that, some people don't. But it don't matter, I'm going to be me. So again, I just had to bring that one back for those who believe in, the Gregorian calendar, or the calendar that you would go off of for work, or what we was given since we was kids. You know what I mean?
Before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real
You know this movie, Nightmare Before Christmas? You know how all the characters in Halloween Town are dead? Have you ever wondered how they died? Okay, PSA, because this is the trigger warning we're going to be talking about and how it happened. I'm probably going to ruin some childhoods. I'm probably going to ruin some adulthoods. And some of you are probably going to have to go watch this movie to see what I'm talking about. Let's start with the Jack Daddy of them all, Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. He is the main character of the movie. Obviously, he's a skeleton. Apparently, burned alive. I assume that he's been there a long time. He's been there longer than anyone else. But you also see him burning in flames in the movie. Let's move it on to little old Sally. Sally, in my opinion, is Jack's stalker turned lover. I mean, it ends up being cute, but in real life for being a witch, which would explain why she is so good with potions and brews. She's sewn up like a little rag doll, and she's always falling apart at the seams. But I mean, same.
This is too much for me. So ABC News is now paying Trump $15 million for defamation because they defamed him on the charges. So not only is ABC News having to do that now, JB is showing his real colors, pardoning his son, where he received 10% commission of some of the stuff that was being done because he was the vice president or president, and he was getting the kickbacks. He pardoned a bunch of people that included a lot of other people that caused people to unalive themselves and stuff. He is selling parts of the wall that were paid with taxpayer money to cents to the dollar. TikTok is getting banned. The company that works for the government with the missiles and stuff has the technology for UAPs, and now all of a sudden there's UAPs all over the East Coast, even over Mar-a-Lago. Bunch of money being given to Ukraine. It just sounds like the level of corruption, the weaponization of the media was there all along.
My name is Janice. I started my spiritual journey 4 years ago. I don't believe in government. I don't believe in the school system. I believe in some crazy shit about the elites and who's actually in charge and what's actually going on. But New Earth is happening right now. There is a light on the other end, and I keep getting this channeled message of remain calm during the storm. And your faith and your trust are your most powerful assets right now. I will not mix with everybody. Some might be super triggered at what I said, but beautiful things are coming, and we need to call our energy back to ourselves and remain focused. Block out the world. They want you distracted. Come back to yourself.
Have you guys heard of any new conspiracy theories?
About the new one with Britney Spears and Kanye and how
how they're clones.
It is funny to imagine that like we have clone technology and they're like, we must clone
The useless, washed up
it's
pop
like,
stars.
yeah. So anyways, this has been the demonetized version of my show.
This thing, they're calling it the jellyfish UFO. It was a video taken by the U.S. military intelligence in Iraq. They were tracking this thing, and they could only see it with a thermal camera. But this drone that was tracking it, they have the capability of locking in on a tire of a car from 27 miles away. But this giant thing that was floating, they said they literally couldn't lock onto it.
Oh, wow.
But it kept on going like white, black, like it was getting hot, then cold. And then he said it went out over the water, dove into the water.
Oh my gosh.
Was under the water for 17 minutes, then shot off in the blink of an eye at a 45-degree angle. They said that they had these hanging arms. It looked to have scales, but then something appeared in California that looked super similar.
Identical.
Jeez, man. What is that?
Does that not look like 6 wings, 2 of which cover the feet?
Dude, it does.
I'm in debilitating fear right now.
So I did more research on a man that set himself on fire today outside of the courtroom in Trump's trial date. I found a lot of things dealing with this man, and I think it's going to get real dark for conspiracy theories real soon. This is a picture of the man Max. He made a lot of bold predictions before he set himself on fire. Was he lying or is it really true? In one of his bold predictions, he mentioned this cartoon right here. Now we all know about these people, right? How they so-called predict the future. When you Google what really happened, it shows you everything this man was speaking about and the reasons why he did it. This is the article from Independent that really caught my attention because once I seen conspiracies online, I started to think about everyone that made conspiracy theory videos. He also made a lot of bold statements talking about the stock market and how it's going to crash and take everyone money. I kind of knew this was going to happen when it came to the stock market because
I'm just going to say this shit because what the fuck do I got going on? TikTok's being banned because it's not monetized by one specific party. So no one wants it to be up. No one wants you to see firsthand in your own eyes with your own perspective events happening. Because then they can't spin that shit to how you don't want to see it. That's why TikTok's being banned. So they can control your eyes. And this might be a conspiracy. Call me crazy. But that's what I think it is. Sorry.
And I agree with her. I agree with her. And I just had a dream about what King Jai is talking about. In that clip before when she came on. I had a dream about that last night. It woke me up. And I've been nervous since. That shit is crazy. So I hear him a little bit differently right now. But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. Even if you haven't subbed up, you're new to the channel, you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I appreciate you as well. I hope you're having a smooth 7. But until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.